Welcome to Trenton Today on WBCB. We're here at Trenton Central High School in the Digital Audio Lab with the mayor of the city of Trenton, Reed Gusciora, and some of the students from Trenton Central. And we get to talk about what's going on in the city of Trenton here on WBCB once a month. Great to have you back with us, Mayor Gusciora. Thank you so much for giving us a little bit of time. What's happening? What's happening?
Great to be in here, Chris. Well, we're getting storm ready for this weekend. We hope that it's not turning out as predicted, but we'll see. We have a full public works regimen that works with recreation department is out there shoveling snow, and also our Department of Health to make sure that people stay warm. We have warming centers getting ready. And so we have a lot of responsibility.
Well, we want to talk about that in depth because it is going to be a major event. I think 2016 was the last time Trenton received more than a foot of snow in a single storm event. So let's check in with everybody. We have Brian Oliver with us, who's a student here at the high. What do you know about this storm? What are you expecting? You hearing any predictions?
About the storm? I heard we getting a lot of snow. This is the first time in a while since we had this much snow, and I'm here. School might not be in service for Monday and Tuesday, and it's a lot of snow, and first time in a while. So I'm excited to see some snow and just get out there and enjoy it.
I'm looking forward to it. It's coming over the weekend, so maybe people don't have as many places to go. But it is going to be a headache for Trenton to clear the streets and to get everything back to normal. What are you thinking as far as total snow accumulation? 1490 forecast, I think, has it maybe around 16 inches.
Yeah, they said as much as a foot and a half could accumulate here. We hope that's not the case. Usually when they predict that far in advance, it turns out not to be the case.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
There have been plenty of times when the governor has set a state of emergency, and it looks like Florida outside. So we hope that the weather switches either more south or more north.
Yeah, well, I'm not so optimistic to think it's going to be sunny and warm like Florida, but it might not be as bad as people are expecting. Brian, do you like the snow? I mean,
indeed, I like the snow a lot because it's a change. A lot of people they tend to stick in the hot weather and all, but it's me personally, I like to stick with the snow. It's nice and cold, not too warm, not too hot, just the way I like it.
You know, Mayor Gusciora, if somebody wanted to lend a hand and provide some shoveling help or put their back into clearing some of this snow, are there opportunities through the city to help out?
Well, a lot of people, when people volunteer, they usually help out seniors in their neighborhood. I often hear a lot of stories that neighborhoods or streets stick together and that they'll help Mrs. Smith out.
I'm thinking of the mercenaries who want to clear City Hall, or
we would take them, but Public Works and Recreation end up clearing City Hall, clearing our parks, at least the roads, so they can still have access to get into. We try to take care of all major arteries first, and then we do the secondary roads in the neighborhoods.
But your first thought to have people volunteering to help out seniors and their neighbors is something we should really keep in mind when we are having an event that hasn't been happening in a few years, so it's going to tax people in a different way. What's the workload like for you, Brian, when there's a big snow? Do you got a lot of area to clear? Are you out there knocking the snow off of cars and stuff?
I don't got too much to do, I mean, I shovel the front, shovel the street, and I like to go out there and bust some snow off of cars, lighten the load on other people, so when they need to go to the store, it's easier for them to get out there and get what they got to get done.
I have a lot of driveway to deal with, so it's always like a physical event when we get a lot of snow, and it can be kind of a dangerous thing for folks that are out there clearing snow. You want to make sure that you kind of get warmed up. It's like a workout, and you want to think of it in that way so you avoid, getting banged up with your back or your shoulder or something.
Well, we also try to get resident cooperation with moving their cars, because it's easier to get the streets plowed when we have moved their cars.
I mean, impossible if the cars aren't cleared to really get those streets clear.
And then they'll be towed, especially along the emergency routes, that we have to keep them clear. We do open up the school parking lots so that residents can park there. Also, saving spaces is a big no-no. There's a lot of people put their garbage cans and cones out.
Sure.
And try to preserve. And we understand that, because if you went to the bother of shoveling your snow for your car to get in and or out, you want to be able to maintain that parking spot. But in an urban environment, we need all those parking spots cleared, especially when the snowplows come through.
All right, Brian, I want to put you on the spot here a little bit and get your guess on how many tons of salt Trenton purchases, I don't know, in a given year. I have no clue. I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe 2 tons of salt might be enough to brine the roads.
I'm thinking at least 3 tons of snow. At least 3 tons of snow with all the street, and then come in the wintertime, all the ice, all the snow that we get. Oh man, at least 3 tons.
I mean, how much money are we talking? What is budgeted for snow removal? Especially since over the past bunch of years, we haven't really had any big time events.
We just ordered 80 tons of salt.
Seriously?
Yes.
Wow.
And so far we've used about 1,200. We have
this winter, like
yes.
this cycle of snow events.
Yes, we just had 2 snow events so that we burned about 1,200 tons. We ordered 80 more, but we have a big a barn that we keep our salt there on public works grounds, and we have a full regiment of crew that go out. About 30 crews go out at a given time, and they combine them with the recreation department. Sanitation department still has to pick up garbage. So there's a lot of activity out there, especially during the snowy seasons.
Sure, and the police have to make sure the streets are clear, and the firemen have to be able to get where they need to go to keep everybody safe. What kind of price tag does 80,000 tons of salt have?
I believe it's around 70,000.
Oh, that's a bargain.
Yes. So we're fully prepared. But yeah, we do coordinate with the other departments. Our fire department, our police department, EMS have to be fully on alert. A lot of times that's where fires start, especially for electrical dust-ups and the like. So we have to be vigilant for that. And then we have our health department out there, making sure that the homeless are taken care of, and that we have warming centers that they can come in during the day. At night, we have that conversation where we try to get them either in the rescue mission or other nonprofits, but we don't leave anyone out in the cold.
Yeah, so this winter blast is expected to be Sunday into Monday, and like Brian was saying, probably going to be no school on Monday for local students. So that might be something to look forward to, have an extended weekend, but it is going to be a headache to clear everything. So the Code Blue warming centers, are those instigated after the temperature drops to a certain level or something like that? So again, it's going to be cold, and the city of Trenton helping residents to make sure that they have shelter, have somewhere to be, and somewhere to warm up.
Yes, we have 2 warming centers, one at the Sam Naples Recreation Center on Chestnut, and then the Jenny Stubblefield Center at 301 Prospect Street. We alternate them. They don't operate at the same time because of staff concerns and also the costs. But we will pick up somebody anywhere in the city if they want to come into the warming center. We have a bus available or a shuttle, and you can call 609-989-3463.
Gotcha. 989-3463.
Yes.
That sounds right?
Yes.
Well, we have another website I want to talk about a little bit later on. Something we've touched on here on Trenton Today has been lead issues in the city of Trenton. And Trenton Waterworks has a program now where they have people that are helping with some of the service lines in Trenton. And homeowners and residents can help to make that process smoother and to help facilitate things by going on to the twww.leadprogram.com website. And you can see if your home requires these service line upgrades, right? That's kind of what I gathered. And then get the process moving. But that's something we've talked about a little bit before, and I know now Trenton Waterworks is out there. You guys have selected some contractors or some...
Yes.
I think that's the right terminology. You got some pipe guys out there that can help replace the pipes and all that.
Yeah, we need to inspect the pipes, the tail end of the pipe that goes right into your water meter in your basement. And a lot of homeowners just have concerns about not opening the door, about scams, and we fully understand that. So we're trying to be proactive where the homeowner calls us, and it's we don't have leaded pipes. What we have are soldering that connects the pipes that had lead in it, galvanized lead soldering, and so we are replacing from the water main that's in the middle of the street right to your basement. That pipe is the pipe that has concerns for leaching lead from the soldering itself.
Gotcha.
Not leaded pipe itself, but we replace the pipes, soup to nuts, from your basement right up into the water main.
Do the residents share a portion of the costs?
We originally did it that we were going to bill them $1,000, and that so far has all been forgiven. Through grant money, through the infrastructure bank. So we've been able to pay for them without charging the homeowners.
Great. Well, again, it's something that we've talked about here, and whether it's children, something happening inside our residence, Trenton out there trying to resolve the issue, and now Trenton Waterworks with, contractors in the city of Trenton. Go to twww.leadprogram.com, and you can see if your home or residence may, because it's not everywhere in the city, right? It's certain locations, and again, you can check that out, twww.leadprogram.com. Well, great to have the mayor with us here for Trenton today on WBCB. We're here in the digital audio lab for Trenton Central High School, a great spot. Brian Oliver is with us, one of the students here at Trenton Central. So what kind of work do you work in the digital communications program here?
Yes, sir.
And what types of projects are you working on right now? Like, what's going on? You have midterms, finals. What's the situation?
As of right now, we're on the finals for this marking period, going on to the second semester. And in this class currently, we're working on radio jingles for a podcast. You know what a radio jingle is,
yeah.
of course. So that's what we're working on in this class. Other classes, they're working on camera photography. Works down the hall. We have Mr. Forget his name, Sorrentino. He's the photography class over there. They work on the news in the school, so they have a school news, but they read the teleprompter. They also record and work on photography and video effects.
So the radio jingles, are you writing music? Are you guys using some AI
We create the music in a website, and then we also use our own voice to start our own podcast out.
Oh man, wait. I want to play your jingle. Maybe
I could play it for you soon.
All right. Maybe we can see if we can hook that up here later in the show. If we can.
So what kind of examples do you use from other established radio jingles?
Actually, I haven't used one. I just came off the top of my head. I was like, I gotta start something, because I heard my friend. I was like, I like the beat he used, and I was like, I gotta come up with something. I gotta come up with something nice too. And I just came off the top of my head, sat there for a little minute, and it just came together.
All right, I don't know if we're going to be able to figure out how to get that on this show, but great work going on here at Trenton Central, and we're going to step aside momentarily. We'll return here in just a little bit. I want to talk a little bit about America's 250th birthday, how Trenton is celebrating. That's a topic that's come up on Trenton Today quite a bit, and now we are here in 2026, so the celebration is underway.
Only if you could pronounce it.
Oh, gosh. Sesquicentennial?
Semi-quincentennial.
Oh, man. All right. Back to the drawing board. And want to talk a little bit about sparking patriotism and kind of what that means for Mayor Gusciora, what that means for Brian as we return here in a little bit to Trenton High School here on WBCB.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org. Your vehicle is in good hands at Haldeman Collision, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They do it all at Haldeman Collision. Minor dents and dings, bumpers, windshields, major body, and frame damage. Free estimates, 24-hour towing, most insurance accepted, and loaners available. Haldeman Collision works with all makes and models. They'll go out of their way to getting your car back in brand new condition. Haldeman Collision, conveniently located 20 minutes from Langhorne, Princeton, and Ewing on Route 33 in Hamilton Township.
Hi, this is Mayor Jeff Martin of Hamilton Township, inviting you to tune in to our monthly radio show, This Month in Hamilton. Video stream live the fourth Tuesday of every month at 10 a.m. at WBCB1490.com. We will be featuring various guests from Hamilton Township to keep you up to date on what's going on in Hamilton.
Hey, this is Jonesy. Kick off your Thursday and Friday evenings in style. Join me for an eclectic freeform mix of the hits and beyond. It's a happening, a musical journey. It's the Glenn Jones Radio Experience, right here on 1490 WBCB and 107.3 FM, Thursday and Friday, 5 to 6 p.m., directly following the legendary Jerry Blavitt. Radio, the way it ought to be.
Opinions matter, and so does yours. Hi, I'm Joe Fabrizi, inviting you to join us every Monday at 1 p.m. for Opinions Matter, right here on 1490 AM WBCB. Opinions Matter is now live streamed at WBCB1490.com. We want to hear from you because your opinion does matter.
Are you a parrot head?
Wasted away again in Margarita.
Not that kind. That's more like it. If you're this kind of parrot head, don't forget to check out the Denny-O Polka Show every Saturday from 9 a.m. to noon right here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org. Your vehicle is in good hands at Haldeman Collision, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They do it all at Haldeman Collision. Minor dents and dings, bumpers, windshields, major body, and frame damage. Free estimates, 24-hour towing, most insurance accepted, and loaners available. Haldeman Collision works with all makes and models. They'll go out of their way to getting your car back in brand new condition. Haldeman Collision, conveniently located 20 minutes from Langhorne, Princeton, and Ewing on Route 33 in Hamilton Township.
Hi, this is Mayor Jeff Martin of Hamilton Township, inviting you to tune in to our monthly radio show, This Month in Hamilton. Video stream live the fourth Tuesday of every month at 10 a.m. at WBCB1490.com. We will be featuring various guests from Hamilton Township to keep you up to date on what's going on in Hamilton.
Hey, this is Jonesy. Kick off your Thursday and Friday evenings in style. Join me for an eclectic freeform mix of the hits and beyond. It's a happening, a musical journey. It's the Glenn Jones Radio Experience, right here on 1490 WBCB and 107.3 FM, Thursday and Friday, 5 to 6 p.m., directly following the legendary Jerry Blavitt. Radio, the way it ought to be.
Opinions matter, and so does yours. Hi, I'm Joe Fabrizi, inviting you to join us every Monday at 1 p.m. for Opinions Matter, right here on 1490 AM WBCB. Opinions Matter is now live streamed at WBCB1490.com. We want to hear from you because your opinion does matter.
Are you a parrot head?
Wasted away again in Margarita.
Not that kind. That's more like it. If you're this kind of parrot head, don't forget to check out the Denny-O Polka Show every Saturday from 9 a.m. to noon right here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
Welcome back. Trenton Today on WBCB here from Trenton Central High School. A lot going on in the city of Trenton, and we've got Mayor Reed Gusciora to chat with us about it. So Smokin' Joe was in town. Joe Frazier. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was fantastic. We had a boxing match on Friday at the War Memorial, and they had 8 rounds of boxing, and the title bout involved a Trenton young man who won the bout.
That is so cool, though, that Joe Jr. keeps the legacy going and is out there with amateur boxing, and a Trentonian wins the fight.
Yes, Chenard Bunch is the one who won the match. So.
Also, last night on WBCB, or here, Trenton Central basketball, 2 guys eclipsed the 1,000-point mark, which is a great milestone. Congratulations to Juan Sanchez and to Jadon English Fulton, who both got to that 1,000-point threshold in the same game, which pretty big-time stuff. And Trenton Central playing some real good basketball this year. We love to have them on WBCB. You can see that game streamed on YouTube at WBCB Sports if you want to circle back and check out last night's 2,000-point scorers, both reaching that milestone in another big win for the Tornadoes. All right, Brian, let's hear this jingle. Again, we're here at the Digital Audio Lab in the Communications Department, and they work on stuff like jingles, radio jingles. So let's hear what you got cooked up.
Okay, I'm a little nervous, but this is what I got cooked up so far.
Right.
I don't wanna be with you. You don't wanna be with me, baby. I don't wanna be with you.
Yo, what it do, man? Make some noise, cause I listen to the greatest radio station now, boy, the baddest. Listen to TCHS 1920 Tornado Radio from the capital city, Trenton, New Jersey. Hear the waves. From Friday Night Lights to championship games and world-breaking news, we bring it all to you. The only radio station that does it, so stay tuned, cause we got so much more in store for you and your family. Enjoy. And that's it.
I mean, during the break, we were saying, does WBCB have a jingle? And we're like, no, not. Well,
There
maybe,
you go.
Yeah,
You can substitute.
yes. just put WBCB in there, and we got a jingle. So, like, how long does that process take you? What was that, like, a lot of editing with different layers involved there?
Yeah, it was a lot of layers. The editing course, it didn't really take too long because it was like, I knew what I wanted. I heard a sample of my friends, and I was like, I know what I want. I know what I'm going for. So I opened up the app, and I started sampling. I started, okay, listening to every beat, implemented the melodies. I found out what I needed. It took me about a day and a half, I say. Had that all. Then I had to figure out my script. That took me about figure out what I wanted to say, because it took me, I'd say, about 30 minutes to an hour. Got that all down. Then it just came down to the editing process and Adobe Audition.
So you just get every word right, get all the sounds right, mix it all up. Talking about like what that looked like, your future. Like, what are you trying to run down? And you're talking about, what you wanted. Do you know what you want right now, next in life? Like what you're looking for after? Now, Brian is only a junior, so it's a little bit early. You have a lot of time to decide, but just wondering if you are thinking about that already.
Yeah, I have a couple ideas in mind. Like, I either want a political career, go to the FBI, because the FBI, that's something that's always interested me, or being an electrical engineer. Mechanical engineer, my bad, yeah.
Well, whatever.
You can make the most of the electronic engineer.
I don't know, FBI, it seems like that would be a very cool career path.
Yeah.
Well, whatever your path, however that unfolds, hopefully it works out great for you. Appreciate you giving us a little bit of time here today on WBCB for the show. And so maybe a college path would be part of it. Did you happen to see the college football game, Indiana-Miami, the
No, I happened to miss that game. I wanted to see it though, but I did miss it. I'm gonna try to see if I can find some replays, some reviews of it on YouTube, and hopefully I can see something.
Were you watching Mayor Gusciora? Because you kind of a Miami guy, right?
No.
No?
I thought the Indiana was doing good. I like the backstory of the quarterback.
Maybe that's just where you like to travel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indiana.
Well, I was down in the Miami area, not in the Indiana area, and went down to the Keys, right? And at one of the beaches that we hit, there's a big sign right there, America's 250th, Gulf of America. And I said, oh, wow, okay. That's an interesting sign. And made me think a lot about what we've been talking about here on the show about how Trenton is celebrating America's 250th anniversary and how that all is supposed to spark a sort of patriotism, a sense of patriotism for
it's
us.
along the Trenton River.
Right. I mean, great history,
We're going
right?
to rename it.
Oh, yeah.
From Delaware.
Well, that whole renaming thing, I guess we can kind of put aside, but some of those little things do sometimes make it more difficult for me to feel that united sense of patriotism that I'm hoping for here during America's 250th birthday. And America's history is complicated. And I think we need to embrace those complicated, difficult things. But that can be challenging. You want people to just say, yay, USA. And I think there's a lot of people who say, well, there's other things that don't always resonate positively with me. And as a mayor of a major American city, I'm sure that there's a deep sense of patriotism that you hold, while also trying to hold to account what we do as Americans and how we deal with each other and the world around us. And sometimes that's a tricky balance.
Well, it's also ironic, and actually Governor Sherrill pointed out in her inaugural address that the revolution was all about going against the king. And we seem to be having a lot of that discussion right now about where executives are overstepping their powers, ignoring the courts, ignoring Congress, and ruling exclusively by the executive throne, so to speak. So we have to remain vigilant, and a lot of those conversations we had 250 years ago, we're having right now today.
It's interesting that we're kind of in a moment where, people are thinking about that dynamic. And as a student, Brian, what sense of, do you have a sense of patriotism? How would you describe your relationship to, or your sense of being an American? It's a very loaded question, and there's a lot to that. But I did want to kind of get what students felt about America's 250th anniversary and how we should celebrate that.
Well, I really don't know how we celebrate it, but it's actually a great milestone that I'm actually looking forward to celebrating, because it's like 250 years ago, this divine country was founded, and if it wasn't for this country, a lot of things that we have today wouldn't have came to be, And so it's a really great country, and I'm happy to, be an American citizen.
Well, so many ways Trenton is going to be celebrating the 250th. Can you tell us about some of the things maybe we should mark our calendar for, or stuff that is coming up? I'm thinking like most of this stuff is going to be in the summertime.
Yes, starting July 8th. As you know, July 4th is when they signed the Declaration in Philadelphia.
That's the birthday.
That's the birthday. But they had the first public reading in New Jersey in Trenton on July 8th. So we're going to reenact that downtown, right in the spot where it was first read 250 years ago. So that's our first milestone, is July 8th. And then you fast forward up to Christmas, when George Washington crossed the Delaware to advance upon the Hessian troops that were stationed in Trenton.
All right, so have you ever attended the historic crossing of the Delaware on Christmas Day? I've always thought, that would be kind of a cool thing to do, but it's Christmas Day.
Yeah.
I got some gifts to open, and some carols to sing.
I actually did it one year, and it got canceled because of winds, so that it was too dangerous for the boats to cross.
The other thing I've always considered, like going to, they have a dress rehearsal. So before they actually do the crossing on Christmas Day, I think a couple weeks before that, they basically do the same thing. But it is such a moment in history to celebrate and recognize that even on, I think, get a big crowd on Christmas Day to recognize that moment. You were telling me that Washington was not the only general trying to cross at that time, and fortunately he crossed right here in Trenton. There was another general in this vicinity also trying to get across to Delaware, but it was an icy Delaware River, an icy Trenton River.
Yeah, they wanted this. Actually became the turning point of the war, and the original plan was that George Washington would cross the Delaware north of Trenton, and then John Cadwalader, we have a Cadwalader Park, was going to cross where Cooper Riverview is right now, and then there was a James Ewing who was going to cross south of Trenton. They were going to converge on the Hessian troops, and then the 4th General, Charles Lee, who was second in command, was going to come from North Jersey, from New Brunswick, and come in from the north, and they were all going to advance on the Hessians at the same time. Well, Ewing and Cadwalader couldn't cross because of the ice. George Washington was the only one who crossed, and then Charles Lee ended up not coming into town, and he decided to bypass Trenton and go to Philadelphia to complain about Washington because he had never won a battle up until that point, and George Washington on his own was able to capture the Hessian troops.
Yeah, he's like this Washington guy. He's coming up with all these crazy plans. What are we going across the river in boats? This is nuts.
Yes. The same thing is the commission of all the, and the reason why they did it on Christmas, everyone's army commissions was going to expire at the end of the year. So it was either do or die at that moment. And it was very unlikely that the troops would not re-enlist because of the fate of the war so far didn't look good.
It's like when you have to get your eyeglasses before your end-of-year benefits run out.
Exactly.
Exact
circumstances.
Exactly. Yes. All right, Trenton today here on WBCB. We'll step aside here briefly. Brian, thank you for hanging out with us. We're going to have Dante Sanders come in and join us here in just a little bit, who is helping out one of the technical support guys here. Big thanks to Brian, Dante, and another guy over here.
Miramichi and the other Brian.
Miramichi also helping us out. When we return, I want to talk about a new governor in the Garden State, as Mikey Sherrill now taking over. I want to ask Mayor Gusciora about how she can benefit the city of Trenton, maybe what she may not understand about the city of Trenton that he will try to get her to understand a little bit better as she takes over as governor. All right, coming right back here to Trenton Central for more of Trenton Today in a bit.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org. Your vehicle is in good hands at Haldeman Collision, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They do it all at Haldeman Collision. Minor dents and dings, bumpers, windshields, major body, and frame damage. Free estimates, 24-hour towing, most insurance accepted, and loaners available. Haldeman Collision works with all makes and models. They'll go out of their way to getting your car back in brand new condition. Haldeman Collision, conveniently located 20 minutes from Langhorne, Princeton, Ewing on Route 33 in Hamilton Township.
Hi, this is Mayor Jeff Martin of Hamilton Township, inviting you to tune in to our monthly radio show, This Month in Hamilton. Video stream live the fourth Tuesday of every month at 10 a.m. at WBCB1490.com. We will be featuring various guests from Hamilton Township to keep you up to date on what's going on in Hamilton.
Hey, this is Jonesy. Kick off your Thursday and Friday evenings in style. Join me for an eclectic freeform mix of the hits and beyond. It's a happening, a musical journey. It's the Glenn Jones radio experience right here on 1490 WBCB and 107.3 FM, Thursday and Friday, 5 to 6 p.m., directly following the legendary Jerry Blavitt. Radio, the way it ought to be.
Opinions matter, and so does yours. Hi, I'm Joe Fabrizi, inviting you to join us every Monday at 1 p.m. for Opinions Matter, right here on 1490 AM WBCB. Opinions Matter is now live streamed at WBCB1490.com. We want to hear from you because your opinion does matter.
Are you a parrot head?
Wasted away again in Margarita.
Not that kind. That's more like it. If you're this kind of parrot head, don't forget to check out the Denny O Polka Show every Saturday from 9 a.m. to noon right here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org. Your vehicle is in good hands at Haldeman Collision, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They do it all at Haldeman Collision. Minor dents and dings, bumpers, windshields, major body, and frame damage. Free estimates, 24-hour towing, most insurance accepted, and loaners available. Haldeman Collision works with all makes and models. They'll go out of their way to getting your car back in brand new condition. Haldeman Collision, conveniently located 20 minutes from Langhorne, Princeton, and Ewing on Route 33 in Hamilton Township.
Hi, this is Mayor Jeff Martin of Hamilton Township, inviting you to tune in to our monthly radio show, This Month in Hamilton. Video stream live the fourth Tuesday of every month at 10 a.m. at WBCB1490.com. We will be featuring various guests from Hamilton Township to keep you up to date on what's going on in Hamilton.
All right, welcome back to the home of the Tornadoes, Trenton Central High School. It's Trenton Today on WBCB, brought to you by Haldeman Ford and also by Capital Health. And we thank the hospitality of Trenton for welcoming us here to the high school and giving us an opportunity to grab a microphone, get joined by some of the students. We've got Dante Sanders now with us. Dante is a senior, so as we get started, welcoming you in, what are you thinking about in the future? We were just talking a little bit about the big NCAA football game and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So you mean like future, like college-wise and stuff?
Yeah, college might be one path. Maybe you're thinking of becoming an independent contractor or an entrepreneur, or.
Well, in terms of college, I've understood what rejection is, because I've been rejected from my top school, which was Boston, so I'm not going to go there. But I did, with the encouragement of my, Mr. Francis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so with the encouragement of him, I applied to, because I already applied to 12, and then I applied to 8 more, because he wanted me to have a safety net. And I got into 4 of them. It was Rowan, which is in Glassboro.
Yes. Great communications department there.
Ithaca College, which is in New York. Quinnipiac, which is in Connecticut, and then I got into Missouri just because I wanted to try. That's why I wanted to apply there. So, and they've all been giving me good financial aid. I still have to wait for the actual package to come in, but it's going well. I haven't decided yet. I'm probably not going to decide until they all come in, which is like probably mid March, April maybe. But I do plan on going to college to study probably journalism for the most part.
Boston doesn't know what they're missing out on, I think, is the case a lot of times.
Yeah.
That process.
Which Boston did you apply to?
Boston University.
Okay, yeah, good school.
I went to the campus 2 times, and like, cause it's like you really. It took me a while to get over that rejection, because like I really thought I was gonna get in, but then
that, and you got these dreams, you start to ideate about what it's going to be like.
Yeah, it's like you're like, oh, I'm gonna be there. Like, you try to manifest it, because if you think like, oh, I'm not gonna get in, then you're just not gonna get in. But then at the same time, it's like you kind of accept it easier if you say that.
Right.
But I was of the impression that I would get in, and I didn't, and I had to refigure. I had to change another application because I wanted to early decision it, and then I didn't because I didn't want to feel binded to that school.
I mean, those other spots sound like great places to be.
Right.
Was Boston a big, like, did you want to be in the city?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's like the majority of the campuses that I applied to are in the city. I don't have an issue with like campuses like in the country, but like I just feel like that's too quiet for me. Like, I like to be in like a city where it's like, maybe just because I've lived here my entire life, but I like to be in areas where it's like the city feels alive, so it's not too quiet, because I feel like if it's quiet, it's creepy to me. Like it's
gotta be moving.
Yeah, it's gotta be moving. It's gotta like
active.
It's gotta be active. Yeah.
Well, activity in the state of New Jersey with a brand new governor, Mikey Sherrill, now taking over, talking about potential freeze on energy costs. What do you see happening as far as that specific initiative, and what are some of your optimistic takes on Governor Sherrill taking over in the Garden State?
Well, a lot of people's utility bills have increased, and one of the things that she favors is returning to nuclear power, which is environmentally safe, and would provide a lot of power to New Jersey customers. So I look forward to seeing how she unveils the plan, but the devil is always in the details. But I'm looking forward to how she's going to address the energy crisis that we do have, and we do have to address it.
Are there, outside of those the bills that Trentonians might be paying, other statewide issues that Trenton is requiring some help with, or you're going to be talking with the governor about in the near future?
Yeah, 52% of our property is tax exempt, so we have to rely on state aid. We are the capital city, and there was a study actually that was conducted by Harvard. It's called "What's the Worth of a Capital City?" What does it cost the city when it is the host of state government? And they said it cost us. We benefit the state about $80 million by taking care of the roads and the buildings and providing police protection. But in return, they give us only about $45 million in return for state aid. So it actually cost us more as a city than we get from the state government. So we have to correct that balance, and it's always a political decision on when Chris Christie was the governor, he only gave us $6 million a year. We're up to $55 million under Governor Murphy. So we have to continue to get state aid based on our status as the state capital.
And that tax situation, it's because there's some religious structures, right? But also it's a lot of state buildings that don't pay any taxes that are in the city of Trenton.
Yes, and the government is occupied on prime real estate. Also, churches and other nonprofits do not pay property taxes either. So we have to make up for that. Our city budget's about $280 million. This year, $55 million of it was from state aid. So it's a big chunk, and we go under the monitorship of the Department of Community Affairs. But as long as we keep getting substantial state aid, I don't mind that relationship at all.
Are there other initiatives that you feel like the state just doesn't understand how Trenton operates, or what is best for the city of Trenton, that you want to try to change that mix and get your voice heard?
The state has a fund for demolitions that's set aside specifically for Trenton. We have about 1,000 abandoned properties that the city has that do not pay any property taxes because they're abandoned. That $9 million, in order for us to access it, we have to have engineering studies, bid specifications, plans. If a house is falling down, it should be taken down and the state should reimburse us. Instead, we have to provide reports and studies beyond our bandwidth. So it's really difficult to access that money to reimburse us for demolitions that we conduct.
So Dante, is that something that, as you're traveling through Trenton, that you see a lot of properties that look abandoned and probably need this type of, to either be knocked down or to be rehabbed?
Well, I don't really, from where I am, because I walk to school, and I see some abandoned buildings. I feel like they should be rehabbed unless they're to the point where they can't be rehabbed. Like, I think one in particular that's really caught my eye the many times that I've seen it. I don't know if this, because the borders of Trenton and Ewing are very off to me. I don't know where it starts and where it ends. I think where the sign is, but like right before it's the one building where the fire was like a while back. I think while that is a sad event to have occurred, it shouldn't have occurred, but it did. I really feel like that building they should do something with that. Something should happen with that, because like I understand that it's hard to do something with buildings like that, but I think it just, because like when you see abandoned buildings in places, it makes the place look bad, like a one bad apple spoils a whole bunch kind of a thing.
Right. And
people already have I feel like people have like this iffy kind of feel about Trenton anyway. I mean, I don't, because I live here, but I feel like if we can do something with these buildings, maybe rehab them, maybe make them better than what they were, or something like that, and get people living in there, I think we can make. I wouldn't say really just my train of thought through my head, but I think it would help people be Trenton is not as bad as it looks to be.
I mean, that's an initiative that you've been striving for as we've been talking over the past number of years here on Trenton Today. And this all kind of dovetails with something you were telling me before the show started, that you guys have, or you're introducing something to council that hopefully is going to spark developers to do something with properties that they are in the process of developing, but we need that process to be a little bit more expedited.
Yeah, we have sold properties to developers, and I'll give you one example. It's the Cook School on Kyler. We own that because it was an abandoned building. We sold it to a developer, and now it's up to the developer to redevelop it. We have a clawback provision that if the developer doesn't take action, we could claw that property back. There are other properties that were purchased from other entities.
Right.
And the developers just sit on the property for whatever reason, whether they're looking for better funding sources or tax breaks and the like. And so what we introduced is called a stranded development, that if a property sits for 5 years, we would double their development fees. And this is kind of an incentive for them to get off the dime and to start to develop that property.
I mean, it sounds like a pretty common sense concept. What do you expect it to go through council and be taken up?
Yeah, it's before council. As we look out the window at the St. Francis building, that is now abandoned. And so whoever takes that property, and Trinity plans to give it to the city wants to find a developer, but we want the developer to come and redevelop the property as soon as possible.
All right, one other issue I wanted to bring up here, we're at Trenton Central High School, was about school performance and what types of things the mayor's office can do to, spark I don't know, it's a greater achievement, that type of, I mean, this is a very an elusive thing to try to capture because, again, complicated with a lot of different layers, but Trenton schools right now are not performing as they should be. What can be done to improve that? Can you guys get in the mix?
Yeah, I mean, we can encourage. First of all, the state pays for dollar for dollar education dollars that come here. The state has actually built this high school. After that, it's a large part the students' responsibility to pay attention, to take part in activities, to take part in sports. But it really helps when you have a family foundation that is going to encourage you to develop your skills. And one of the things that we need to do is reinforce that the individual has a self-worth and that they should be the best that they can. And we hope to help them get those tools so that they're competitive to the suburban areas. You know, when you have a lot of money and you're from Princeton, you have a lot of that laid out for you, and in large part in a urban area, we have to make up for that difference.
And you know, I mentioned complicated and the complexities and stuff, and kind of an uncomfortable topic to bring up here at Trenton Central High School because we see so many good things. We see the students that work with us through the communications department and all the support we get when we're on campus with any of the athletics things that we do here on WBCB. But you look at like the test scores overall, there are other metrics that are lagging behind that can't be ignored. Dante, for a motivated student here at Trenton Central High School, a lot of opportunities. What has your experience been like as far as that is concerned?
Oh, you mean like with opportunities in schools? Is that what you're asking?
Well, I guess your perception of the Trenton Central High School experience, both from an academics one and also activities, other engagement opportunities, which are important.
Well, for me, for a long time, it's really been more academic than extracurricular. I mean, I haven't. If I was to, okay, so in 9th grade, I didn't do much. And if we're talking from high school, in 9th grade, I didn't do anything because I like to be home. In 10th grade, I did the news show for the first time, and I was like, and that's really what led me to want to do journalism because I was like, this is cool, like being on camera is cool. And then, you know, I've always done good in school because for me, I didn't want to fail. And honestly, like, I have such a support system where I know my parents would kill me if I failed. So I didn't want to fail. It was more so me not wanting to fail for myself. So, you know, I've always done good in school, but then I wanted to add some extra stuff to it, especially if you're playing for college. I can't just say, oh, I'm good at school, but I didn't do anything else.
I mean, do you feel like it was that self-motivation or the support system that had expectations for
self-motivation? Because if I did what my parents wanted me to do, I think I would have been doing sports, and I don't really see myself doing sports. So I feel like it's also a part of like you have to figure out what you want to do for yourself. Not only like you can listen to your parents, like they want you to listen to them, and sometimes it's not them there are some parents that may like kind of push you to do it. They like kind of not really fit. Now they don't want to say they're forcing. They really want you to do it. But I feel like students, they need to find out what they want to do and do it. Like I enjoy doing the games. I enjoy doing stuff for the musicals. Being a sound director for that, not sound director, but audio engineer as they call it. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy doing the news show, stuff like that, because I feel like it's valuable experience, and also like I have fun doing it. So I feel like if students can like find that thing they want to do it'll motivate them to want to come to school, to want to do good in school, so that they can reach that point where they can do maybe something that they're passionate about in the school, like fashion or like audio stuff or like sports or because we have a lot of clubs here, and I feel like to get to where you want to get to with that, you also have to do good in school. So I think if they can motivate themselves to say, hey, I'm in the art club, I'm in the barbershop club, and I really want to do that, but I need to do good in school so that I'm not worrying about anything else, so I can just pursue that and nothing can really stop me. So I feel like it's just a motivation thing.
Yeah.
And who are your mentors
in the school?
Yeah.
He's probably watching this right now. I can't even slide him. So first, I'm gonna say, if I'm on that camera right there, Mr. Russell, and then if you're watching, Mr. Francis, is you're my other mentor. He's the main reason why. Actually, Mr. C is the reason I'm doing this program. But for like the games, for the audio, the sound engineer, for the musicals, basically a lot of stuff in communications is because of Mr. Francis. Like he's pushed. Like, I remember he came into this room. I was in this room, third block, and because he needed somebody for the sound design, the sound engineer thing, for Halloween. This was last year, and that was I met him before, but that's the first time I gotten to know him. I mean, now I bother him a lot, but I really consider him like my top mentor out of everybody.
Well, he brings a lot to the communications department and helps us a ton at WBCB. So we'll also send out regards to Mr. Francis here.
That's mentorships are important, and to help guide students, and I think that's what we need a lot more of. Not in every aspect, whether it's academics or sports or extracurricular activities, so that students can envision what they want to be.
America's 250th birthday with events throughout Trenton, and we'll be talking more about that throughout the year here on Trenton Today, but also celebrated Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday recently. Many people engaging in a day of service. Some stuff going on throughout the city with, and it was your office out there volunteering for something. This year, I didn't get out. Sometimes we, over in my neck of the woods, we'll go over to a recovery center and do some things. And this year just didn't get to do it. But I think it's important to recognize that day, not just to celebrate and remember, but also to give back a little bit.
Absolutely. We had, through our recreation department, the kids that are in part of our recreation camps took part in a day of service. Mm-hmm. So we took them in the various nonprofits, whether it's a soup kitchen or Task, to actually volunteer for the day.
We have to keep, I felt like this year the energy for the day of service wasn't, different years, it ebbs and flows. And I feel like this year there wasn't as many projects and as many people getting engaged. And I also didn't get out there. So we got to keep that going, Dante, as we get set to celebrate America this year. How about your thoughts on what this 250th birthday means and some of the ways we may be celebrating the U.S. of A.
I mean, okay.
Again, that's a heavy topic to drop on you here right at the end of the show.
Because so for a long time, it's kind of declined since I was a kid. But I really like American history. I think it's a really fun subject to learn about. I think it's kind of an in-between thing. Like, it's great that it's been 250 years since the Revolution and things like that, and the Declaration of Independence. But, our history is kind of like, there's some good parts, there's some bad parts, especially in my history class now. My teacher is very, he will teach both ways, because he taught me that history is often taught by the winners, and they don't really focus on who's at the bottom, who loses,
the average person.
Yeah, the average person. And I think when you really look into that, you kind of like learning something new. I feel like a lot of people in the country now need to know that, because I feel like I also follow the rule that if you don't understand your history, you're doomed to repeat it. So and we're seeing a lot of things repeat now, and I feel like it's kind of been exhausting to look, and I can't look at the news and be like, well, this happened. No, our president's trying to take Greenland. That's nice. So it's like, and I just miss the time where I could look at the news and say, oh, it's pretty slow. Nothing's really happening. Maybe a new trade agreement was signed. President met with some foreign guys. No, he's just trying to take over Greenland. He's putting tariffs on everything. That's so great. Like I just miss that instead of having to worry about what do you do now.
Well, I appreciate your thoughts on the matter and your perspective and how your perspective may be expanding as you continue to learn more about history and all of that stuff. And appreciate hanging out with us here a little bit, Dante. Mayor Gusciora, always appreciate some time here for WBCB as we kick around some stuff, talk about Trenton today.
Always a pleasure to be with you, and we're gonna work on the semi-quincentennial.
All right, we got to do that. We got to get our jingle going. We got some things to accomplish here before we get together next month back here at Trenton Central High School. Big thanks to Mr. Coniglio, to our video engineer, Brianne O'Neill, and thanks to you for being with us, hanging out for Trenton today on WBCB.